All right, ladies and gentlemen. So last week was a very crazy week, but this week I have good opportunities, and hopefully we should cook this week. So I'll show you the markets that we're going to be paying attention to, and the very first one will intrigue you. So let me show you guys. So coming over to my screen right here. Um, the first market we have is USD card, right? So USD card. Let's start with the daily time frame. So you come over to the daily time frame, you can clearly see that first of all we have a very strong area of interest, right here. So as you can see, multiple rejection from this area, and also very clean rejections, by the way. So anytime we are above, we are buying to the upside. Anytime we are below, we are selling to the downside. We are below, we are selling to the downside. We are above, we are buying to the upside, right? So right now we are currently what, below. And by the way, the market structure is now breaking lows, is creating lower lows and lower high. That is just a very good sign of a very bearish market, right? The EMA, by the way, as you can see, is holding price as resistance. As you don't know, the EMA actually acts as a support and resistance level, right? At this point, it's actually holding it as a resistance level, right? And I like that this Thursday candle was a very strong engulfing candle, right? All we are going to be looking for on the daily time frame, at least that's what the daily time frame is telling us, that we need a retracement to continue selling to the downside. If you look right here, this kind of looks like a reversal candlestick pattern, which is the left right here, head and right shoulder right now. So we just need a retracement to continue selling. So that is that on the daily time frame. Weekly time frame is actually technically still bullish, but we are under area of interest. So I believe this area of interest is still going to hold. Now the 4 hour time frame is even more cleaner. We have a very much clean price action, as you can see. So I was explaining how this trade is very very similar. So what happened here was that we had a clean break, a retracement, a doji, and an engulfing, right? So this is how the trade is supposed to be looking at. Like, so this right here will be the entry right here, and the stop loss is going to be above all this high right here, right? And then we'll target 1:2 risk reward ratio, right? So this same trade is what we are about to catch next week, right? Again, this is now the new break, a retracement. Once we get the entry confirmatory, which is the engulfing, right there, around here, we'll be entering around that level, and then stop loss is going to be above these highs right here, and then we'll target 1:2 risk reward ratio. Very similar thing: break, retracement, engulfing, sell, break, retracement, engulfing, sell. So that is the first market that will be willing to trade this new week. And let's see what we have on the next pair. Next pair we have is NZDCAD. So NZDCAD, I exited this trade because I've been holding this trade for the past 2 weeks, and well, let us see what we have right now. So first of all, the market is now creating bearish market structure, right? The market is now creating bearish market structure, and we are looking to continue selling with the market. The EMA, by the way, is still above, holding price as resistance. The area of interest has multiple rejections from the area. So anytime we are above, we are buying to the upside. Whenever we are below, we are selling to the downside. So right now we are having bearish market structure, and we are currently at area of interest. We believe that this area of interest could help us continue selling to the downside, right? The only thing I don't like about this market is that weekly time frame, we are currently at support level. On the weekly, it looks like a support level, right? So I believe that if this weekly is deciding to hold and it doesn't have a week to the downside for us to catch that trade, then it might actually start buying to the upside. So, but this is how I plan on entering this market. So for this time frame, which is the 4 hour time frame, having very clear bearish market structure, I still need this market to be breaking lows, right? The bearish market is required to be breaking lows for me to be interested in selling, because that is the characteristics of this bearish market: lower lows and lower highs. So I just need market to break this low, have a retracement, and give us confirmation on the 4 hour and on the 1 hour for us to be interested in selling this market. If we can have that break and retest, we also have the left head right shoulder pattern, which is a reversal candlestick pattern. But in this case, it's going to be a continuation pattern for us to be able to sell this market, right? Because the overall market structure direction is already bearish, right? So that's pretty much it on NZD card for sales. Now I believe only one of them could actually give us the opportunity, either NZD USD card, or GPP card, right? So I don't believe all three of them are actually going to give us the opportunity. So the next pair we have is um GPP card. So GPP card last week was really not a very good one, because I will explain what happened. So what we had right here was a break, retracement, and we had the engulfing on the daily time frame. But as soon as we got in, market started doing what market does, right? So as you can see, on Friday was a buy, on Monday was a sell, on Tuesday was a buy, Wednesday sell, Thursday buy, Friday sell. So we don't like that kind of market, right? If market is buying, it should buy like 40 pips to the upside, have like a 15 pips retracement, buy another like 100 pips if possible, right? So we don't need the exact form of retracement in pips from a bullish market or the bearish market. So if it's buying to the upside, we don't need the exact amount of pips to be selling back to the downside, right? We expect retracement, but we don't expect all the way retracement, that kind of things, right? So now this week, we are coming into this week very strong, because we are going to be extra careful, and I'll show you how we plan on doing this now. So this right here, we have a very clean area of interest, by the way, very clean area that have been respected by price multiple times, right? If I go over to the left, I'll show you guys. As you can see, multiple rejection from the area, another rejection from the area, another rejection from the area right here, and over to the left, right? And this rejection has been happening for the past, as you can tell, 381 days. So it's a very, very strong area, right? That is the first information we have. Second information is that price is clearly rejecting from that area of interest right here, right? The only problem we have is that prices have not made a clear direction, and we believe that the direction that we expect price to make is to the upside, right? Now, on the 4 hour time frame, what is the game plan that we have? So I believe that we have a very strong area of interest on the 4 hour time frame. Now, this 4 hour time frame, price has rejected this 4 hour time frame two times, three times already. Oh, four times, even five times. One, two, three, four, five times already, right? So it means that this area of interest, we cannot just decide to ignore it. So what will make more sense right here? For us to buy, we need a clear break, and we need the 4 hour time frame. Very important for the 4 hour time frame to actually be trading above this area, right? Because clearly, anytime we were at that area, we started selling to the downside. When we came to that area again, we started selling to the downside. We rejected that area, started selling to the downside again, right? So we don't need that to happen again. We need price to clearly be trading above that area. In fact, I was saying, if you can have a double break, this right here might be the first break, might actually start selling to the downside. You don't know, right? But if you can have a double break, which is characteristics of a bullish market, having higher highs and higher lows, then I'll be very much interested in actually buying from here instead of here, right? So that is another pair I'm willing to trade for this week. And if we can get that entry, we can pretty much buy all the way to this structural point, which might actually give us a more than 1:2 risk reward ratio, right? So that's that for GBP card. NZDUSD, this is going to be more like a counter trend trade setup. I believe that we should be selling, and I believe that we should wait for a cleaner break and retest under here to sell. That doesn't mean that market could not actually sell from this major resistance level. It's just that it's very risky, because price could actually decide to now break it now, right? Do you know what I mean? Right? So this right here, it could actually start selling from here, but I'll be more careful and wait for price to start breaking new lows, and I'll actually be more interested in selling from here instead of here, right? So that's that for NZD USD. Euro USD is very, very similar with what I just explained on NZD USD. So I'll still be waiting for a price to shift structure bearish, and we'll start selling from here. Pretty much counter trend trade setups. So those are pretty much the pairs I'll be paying attention to for next week, right? Now we have to recover, right? We have to recover, because last week was really dog shit, and I don't want that kind of week to happen again, right? So this week I want us to cook very strongly, right? I need us to cook very well. So pretty much next week, I'll be very active in the market. I need to get the best of the best trade setups, right? So again, I'll update you guys on the Telegram channel. In order for you to join the Telegram channel, just simply come over to the YouTube right here, right? Click on this link. If you come over to the YouTube, click on this link. If you click on that link, click on this link. If you click on that link, you'll see the one that says Telegram, right? So join the Telegram channel. If you join the Telegram channel, you can see my trade setup as soon as I call them. Also, you can also chat with other traders, right? Because there's a Telegram group for other Set and Forget traders, and that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys on the next week's setups.